Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Cancer, September 5, 2023. Prepare for a bit of whiplash today. As Venus slows to a halt, we enter a period known as the retrograde storm. This will send smokescreens up in the air, consuming you and all who you meet in confusion around matters of the heart. You will not know which way is up, down, left, right, forward, or back. Venus retrograde storm periods are always on the day when she switches directions. So we have them at the onset and end of every single moonwalking phase every 18 months. Lie low. Don't senti make fast reactions or decisions. Look at how far you have come. Summer has not been easy, thanks to Venus retrograde. You may have struggled to feel confident in meetings, interviews, and more during this time. Your sense of style could have undergone immense revisions if you wanted to look differently in the workplace. Moving forward might be easier since Venus will station direct in Leo today. Expect to feel your confidence surge during the post-shadow period as you become more self-assured of the professional that you have become. After all, this is your time to shine. In a case of perfect timing, the moon not only returns to your career sector just as Jupiter has come to a standstill in his last full day in direct motion here, but just as his friendly aspect to Mercury, already in retrograde motion in your income sector, peaks. This will ensure your professional instincts are sharp and you are emotionally and intuitively engaged as more and more planets band together to give you better access to the past, second chances and untapped potential across the income, work and career fronts. Experimentation is a fun activity for most of us. Sometimes it's even necessary to curb the tendency to try too many new things. For instance, if you are going to try a new food, be sure you also prepare, or order, something you know you will like that is also nutritious. Taking care of your own diet is like managing the diet of a child. You must be responsible and loving. Experiment with finding more ways that you can be loving to yourself. You will benefit from vibrations that make you very communicative today. Movement, appointments, and contacts are in the air. Express yourself and get your points across because you have every chance of making yourself understood, notably in your professional life. This day is made for getting your message across to your superiors. So, speak up. People will be listening. Just having the moon return to your career sector today was going to be an advantage, with a chance to move into the new working week with your professional instincts sharp while feeling emotionally and intuitively engaged from the start. However, returning just as Jupiter has not only reached his last full day in direct motion here but as his friendly aspect to Mercury, in retrograde motion in your income sector peaks is a window into the doors opening to the past, second chances and untapped potential across the income, work and career fronts. It is during Venus, planet of love's final hours in retrograde motion and just before she is due to turn direct in Leo today that the moon wraps up its monthly visit to an adventurous part of your chart. With Venus continuing to work closely with the two planets in retrograde motion there, the last few days have given the spirit of romance and adventure a boost that allows you to embrace the doors still open to the past and second chances while taking this with you into the future. Our eyes in the sky. In a perfectly timed celestial dance, the moon makes its entrance into your income sector just as Jupiter, in the final day of his direct motion there, comes to a standstill. This fortuitous alignment is further accentuated by Jupiter's friendly aspect to Mercury, who is currently in retrograde motion in your work sector, reaching its peak. With the moon's presence, your intuitive and emotional connection to matters of finance sharpens, particularly as Jupiter joins a growing cohort of planets in retrograde motion across the income, work, and career domains of your life. As Pluto enters the final weeks of its retrograde motion in your income sector, the number of planets in retrograde motion in your work and career sectors continues to grow. The synchronicity deepens as the moon pays a visit to your work sector just as Jupiter spends his last full day in direct motion in the same domain. This overlap coincides with a friendly aspect to Mercury, already in retrograde motion in your career sector. It's worth noting that this celestial display unfolds just before Venus, the planet associated with money, is set to turn direct in your work sector today. As the moon concludes its monthly sojourn in your income sector, it leaves behind a heightened sensitivity to financial matters. This newfound clarity and emotional engagement align with the impending shift in the work and job front. Both planets in your income sector remain in retrograde motion, effectively linking the turning point in your professional life with opportunities from the past, second chances, and untapped income potential that will continue to be accessible. The Venus retrograde in Leo, which has been influencing our romantic and financial lives since it began on July 22, comes to an end tonight. As Venus turns direct, we find ourselves navigating through the aftermath of the romantic and financial turbulence we've experienced over the past several weeks. The silver lining here is that this shift allows us to address and resolve any lingering miscommunications and other issues that may have arisen. This planetary movement opens up the opportunity for candid conversations about the future of our relationships and financial plans. Delving into our emotions and gaining a deeper understanding of them can be instrumental in resolving lingering problems. If you've been feeling affectionate lately, you'll likely find yourself more at ease and composed when it comes to matters of the heart. This newfound openness and understanding you share with others can bring a great deal of satisfaction. For those who are single, your creative and inventive ideas could lead to increased popularity among your friends. They'll find your innovative thinking exciting, and you may find yourself at the center of attention. However, it's essential to be aware that some unexpected challenges may arise in your business dealings. Your plans and ideas might not gain the traction you had hoped for, and convincing others of their benefits could prove challenging. While this may be frustrating, it's crucial not to rush things. Pushing too hard could backfire and lead to losses. It's advisable to maintain a cool and composed demeanor, even in the face of adversity. By doing so, you can better navigate these challenges and prevent worse outcomes from occurring.